hind in estrus. It was the 16th of the 10th, 2005, whilst on a 4-day backpack hunt. I came across a Sambar hind with a young one, and I glassed it from probably about 300 metres away, and I just moved in closer. I moved in closer to see what was going on, and that was the first day of the 4 days. And I've seen this hind being bailed up by this younger stag, nice stag. He was maybe 24, 25. He was on his own. He was no other deer around except for the hind, the calf, and the young stag. So I didn't even bother taking any footage at that particular day, but after going for a bit of a hunt and coming back that evening, I thought maybe in the morning I'll just pay him a visit in that particular part of that gully system, and sure enough, got up early that morning, got into that particular area, and to my amazement, there was 5 deer. This young stag was there, the juvenile stag, the 24-incher, and 2 other stags. As either you can call them malforms or you can call them non-typical. They seemed like, to me, they look in perfectly good condition. The footage goes for about maybe 8 minutes, and I could clip it and shorten it, but it doesn't give you the picture of actually what I'm doing. And so I'll leave it in its whole entirety, and I'll talk you through it and what actually, you've got some guess to how I get in. Well, conditions were perfect. Moved in slowly, got a little bit closer, and thought that was okay without being detected by the, excuse me, the mozzies are giving me hell. Without being detected by the deer, and they all focused mainly on themselves because the hind was just down below with the little calf, and as I said, the pheromones coming from her have attracted these other couple of stags in. Admittedly, they weren't the massive big heads that you can capture up with sometimes, but there were 2 malforms in this one stag, and they were doing a standoff. As I say, you're seeing part of about 8 minutes, but I was there for probably 4 or 5 hours with these deer, and just watching and studying and looking and what was going on, and I was hoping for something incredible for them to actually start fighting, but the smaller stag was the dominant stag of the 3, maybe because of the antlers. I'm not sure whether the malform or non-typical stags can't really get physical with these without getting wounded by the antlers. So they stood off a couple of times. There was a challenge made by the smaller stag towards one of the malforms, and I thought, this is going to be on. I'm going to get a box seat to the fighting of these 2 stags, and the other one was just there, but it was incredible to watch. And as I said, 2005, so that's over 15 years ago now. Back then it was not as many deer, as I said, but when you did come onto something like this, it was amazing to watch. And yes, so managed to get probably a good 8 minutes of good footage. There's some bad stuff too, but yeah, one thing about filming, you know, edited it out where I'd lost them. I was chasing them around, trying to get the stags to interact a bit, but yeah, after a few hours, so say 4 hours, it was enough for me, and I just gradually filtered out from where they were and left them to do what they do naturally, so without disturbing, which was great. And yeah, after looking at the footage, it's unique just to get 3 stags together in that in one capture. But as I said, how strong are the Sambar's nostrils, you know, to smell the pheromones of hind and estrus. As I said, the first day, 1 stag. Second day, 3 stags. They all come in. So, yeah, and as I say, I didn't have the time to stay for that long. I was doing my own other things too. So, but managed to get that bit of footage, which was great for me, and just a bit of an insight to what I'm doing when I'm filming. And as I said, it only takes a split second to pull the trigger, and it's all over. But filming, it's so intense. Physically, I was cramping up a bit, so without yelling and screaming my head off because of the cramps, because I'd walked in a fair way to get the footage to start with, and yeah, so it's so rewarding once you get it. And as I said, to me, it's archival. It's footage that not many people get of 3 stags and hind and estrus. So hope you enjoy it. And as I said to you, I'm happy to. If you want, write a text to me, or any of my subscribers write a text to me, and I'm happily oblige them with the situation. I want a bit of insight too. If is something that you want to know about the deer, I'll try to answer as good as possible. You know, I'm not a scientist. I'm just I'm an observer. But over 40 years of hunting, I suppose you get to know a bit. They're right in the rut at the moment. There's Malform and another stag there together. Might be here. Just to let you know, this is the just here, just getting ready to go out birding now. We'll just go out photographing, whether we'll get native birds or not. But yes, this is the Nikon D850 with the 500mm prime lens. It's PF with needs phrase very nice. It's very light. Ideal for what I want. As I say, it's a prime, so you see you got all the componentry on it, on your lens, and then you've got your componentry on your camera. You can do both stills and video. The Nikon D810 camera, on which I'm filming on now, doing this, is does video up to high definition, which is 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second, which is beautiful for high definition thing, where this one in particular camera can do up to 4K. That's the advancements in technology as far as photography and videography goes. And these are the cameras I will use with various lenses. Now this one's for birding and getting close up. I've photographed a fair few deer over the years with this, which has been fantastic, and super sharp lens. Not cheap. As I say, when you're getting at the high end of photography, you're looking at expensive things, but then to capture a great photo of a stag or any deer of any sort is it's very memorable and special when you do get that, capture that moment. If anyone wants to know a little bit more about photography, I'm quite willing to pass on any advice or anything that you actually want to know. I can do it through a video or whatever. Yeah. Things I explain with when anything, whether you're out doing wildlife photography, is minimise your movement, get to your spot, set up, keep still, and have the patience and the perseverance to do that. You'll be surprised how many times you'll be just sitting there and I'll have a particular bird that I'm after come straight up to me, and yeah, as I say, it's today being such a dull day, you're running a higher ISO, which creates a bit of noise in your photographs, but still acceptable. Like unless you're going to use a massive print of it, you may see a little bit of graininess in it, but this is an exceptionally sharp lens on an exceptionally quality camera to do that type of work. As I say, you don't actually see it when at 5x7 photo, it'll look brilliant, but then when you go up to a big print, it's even better again. We'll do a little bit about that.